Right then. Shouldn't really need any form of introduction, as is most of these sort of, arcade games, to be honest, these days. I think these characters are plastered over absolutely everything, from cufflinks to cool sort of retro t-shirts and coffee mugs and all sorts of crap like that. But I mean, it's not a new thing. You did have these kind of things as breakfast cereals at one point, and I remember as a kid. Let me put some credits in. Hang on. I remember as a kid having Pac-Man scratch cards. You used to be able to play the game to the point where you'd have a big scratch card, much like the lottery scratch cards you see these days now, and you'd have a big piece of card, and it would have a complete Pac-Man screen like this. Piss, I'm dead. I'm not very good at any of these arcade games, let's be honest. I'm not, Billy Mitchell or whoever wants to spend their quarters, or 10 pence as it was when I was a kid. But yeah, what you used to do is this massive scratch card, and you used to scratch off the dots. Scratch off the dots one by one, and as you were going along, and all of a sudden, then you might have a ghost underneath. And if you scratched off a ghost, I think it was, I can't remember. That's your virtual game ended. Your scratch card version of Pac-Man ended if you scratched off a ghost or something. I'm not sure if there's anybody who can remember those. Balls. Let's have another go. I mean, these videos would be over in a minute. Literally a minute if I just had one go of something, because as much as I quite like these games, I also like other games that take up a lot of my time. But as with my YouTube channel, I'm doing it for me. I'm not really doing it for anybody else. I'm not recording all these videos for anybody other than myself. Not particularly because I like the sound of my own voice, because I probably don't. But just in the sense of, oh yeah, I remember that game, I remember this game, I remember that game, that kind of crap. And I wish I'd turned TweetDeck off, because that's playing in the background every time somebody's tweeting or retweeting me. I'm sure somewhere. Oh, fuck off. I'm sure somewhere there is. The way that these ghosts move is a pattern. It's not just random, apparently. And balls. See, I can't even clear one fucking screen. And there's 256 of them. And there was I think I saw a video of there being a safe spot. Because a lot of time, when these people who do these high scores, they accumulate like loads and loads of bonus lives and stuff. And it's those bonus lives that they rely upon should they want to go to the toilet or something, or get some food, or just have a stretch of their legs. Because sometimes in some of these games, I mean, these people have played these games so much that they know all of the safe spots. They know where they can place a character. Or in asteroids, they know where they can place a ship so they can leave it floating, and there's going to be the least amount of chance that they're going to get eaten or exploded by an asteroid crashing into them. And they can just walk away from the machines if they're in one of these, 3 or 4 day marathon gameplay events. But I'm sure I saw a video in Pac-Man where you can leave him on the screen and he will never be touched because the ghosts actually do have a pattern when they're not blue. With you know, you take the pill, which I think was it Pac-Man was the first ever game to have like power-ups in it. Apparently, I'm sure I watched something recently and it said that, and that the designer based the power-up idea on Popeye with spinach. I thought I was a goner then. Yeah. So Pac-Man's power-ups were based upon spinach. Ah, shit balls, come on. Like you take a can of spinach, you get more power or something like that. And I think that's what the idea was. Shit. That's TweetDeck again. Look at that. I finally managed to get across one fucking screen. I think it speeds up, doesn't it? Is that how it works? Ah, balls. Right, there you go. That's me playing Pac-Man. Was never a big fan of Pac-Man, I gotta be honest. Even on the Atari 2600, which was just diabolically shit. But I think it was one of the first home consoles to get a Pac-Man. I'm not, you know, this isn't a history lesson here. I'm completely wrong on a lot of this stuff, and I'm going by memory, which is failing now. But yeah, I think one of the first consoles to have most of the arcade games in your home was the Atari 2600, and yeah, they weren't very good ports or conversions, to be perfectly honest. Yeah, Pac-Man. I was a bigger fan of Pac-Land than I was of Pac-Man, and do you know what? I think because of the way this emulator works with the filters, I have to do searches for names. I think Pac-Land actually should be in the list that I've just done a search for. So I might play that. I might play Pac-Land next. Actually, give that one a go.